What's up, everybody? Brothers, sisters, psychonauts, and seekers of truth. It is Ananka, and welcome to my bazaar. Today, I'm going to be reading the Navajo legend, At the Rainbow's End. This version comes from the book Voices of the Winds by Margot Edmonds and Ella E. Clark. With all that being said, let our story begin. Long, long ago, when first woman, the goddess, was created, she became fully grown in 4 days. It seemed that every Navajo Indian tribesman wanted her for his wife. She did not love any of them, but she did like the handsome ones. Of all the men, however, she thought the most attractive was the sun god. Of course, she thought he could never be her husband. To her surprise, one day Sun God came up behind her and gently tickled her neck with a feathery plume. She was engulfed with warm sunshine, and in a magical way, the goddess became the wife of the sun god. He fathered her firstborn, a son. Not long thereafter, the goddess was resting beneath an overhanging cliff when some drops of water fell upon her. Soon the goddess gave birth to a second son, fathered by Water God. Because the two boys were so close in age, they became known as the twins of the goddess. They lived in a beautiful canyon that later became a part of Navajo land. About that time, a great giant roamed over the country and ate every human he could catch. He discovered the goddess, but did not want to kill her, because at first sight, he fell in love with her beauty. The goddess knew of the great giant's evil ways and would have nothing to do with him. He became very jealous of her when he saw footprints of the twins outside her hogan. She saw great giant approaching, so she quickly dug a hole in the center of her floor and there hid her 2 children, whom she dearly loved. She covered the opening with a flat sandstone rock, spreading dirt over it to prevent the great giant from finding her twins. Another day, Great Giant saw the children's tracks. "Where did these children come from?" he asked the goddess. "I have no children," she replied, because she knew that he would try to kill them if he found the twins. "You are not telling me the truth," he said. "I see children's footprints in the dirt, right there." The goddess laughed heartily and said, "Those are only my handprints. I am very lonesome for children, so I only pretend by making tracks with the heels of my hand and the tips of my fingers, like this. These are the tracks of my children." "Now I believe you," he replied. As the twins grew larger, their mother could not hide them any longer. She was alarmed for their safety because of the great giant, who saw them one day and tried to catch them. But the twins were too quick and got away. The spirit who made the goddess appeared with a bow made of cedar wood for Sunchild. "It is time for you to learn to hunt," she said to him. "We must now make some arrows and another bow for your brother," said the goddess to Sunchild. "Mostly, we want to hunt for our father," said Sunchild. "Mother, who is our father, and where does he live?" "Your father is the sun god, but he lives far away in the east," replied the goddess. Another bow was made for Waterchild, and many arrows for both twins. They began their journey to the east and traveled as far as they could, but without success in finding Sun God. When they returned, they asked, "Mother, have you lied to us? In the east we looked everywhere, and we could not find our father, the Sun God." "He must have gone to the south," she said. Again the twins set out on another journey, this time to the south, returning without success. "Please try the west, and then the north, if at first you do not find your father in the west," said the goddess. She sent the twins again on their hunting journey, anxious to keep them away and out of sight of the great giant. Many moons later, the twins came back and said, "Mother, have you lied to us 4 times? Our father was neither in the north nor the west. Now I will tell you the truth, my sons," said the goddess. "Your fathers, the sun god and water god, live far away in the middle of the great western water. Between here and there are great canyons where the walls of the cliffs clap together and would crush you. Even if you should succeed in getting through the canyons, there are the terrible reeds that you must cross. Their long, knife-like sharp leaves will cut you into pieces. If you should escape the reeds, you can never cross the Grand Canyon, which comes first before you can reach the great water. You can never cross the water where your father's house is in, the middle of the great water, the Western Ocean. But mother, we want to go and try to find our fathers," said the twins. The goddess taught the twins a song of protection for their next journey. "We are traveling in an invisible way to seek our fathers, the sun god and the water god." This song she taught them to sing 4 times, the magic number. Day after day as they traveled along, they sang their song for protection. One day, as they passed a little spider hole in the ground, they heard a voice say, "Shh," 4 times. The twins looked into the hole and saw Spider-Woman. "Do not be afraid of me. I am your grandmother. Come down into my lodge," she said 4 times. "We cannot enter your lodge because your doorway is too small," said the twins. "Please blow toward the east wind, south wind, west wind, and north wind," Spider-Woman called out. The twins blew in the 4 directions, and the entrance enlarged enough for them to go through. Inside, and to their amazement, they saw the lodge walls covered with bundles of bones, wrapped in spider webs, exactly the way spiders wrap flies in a web. "Do not be afraid, my grandsons," said Spider-Woman. "These are the bones of bad men whom I killed." Spider-Woman talked with the twins about encounters they might have on their trip. She taught them songs for their protection and explained what they could do to overcome obstacles they might meet on their way. "I will give each of you a magic feather plume. Hold it before you as you travel, straight up or sideways, to carry you safely forward," she said to the twins. "Be on the lookout for a little man with a red head and a striped back. He will resemble a sand scorpion, only a little larger, about the size of a Jerusalem cricket," she explained. "Thank you, grandmother. We'll be on our way," said the twins. Many days later, the twins heard a voice from the ground. It was from the little man with the red head. "Do not scorn me because I am so small," he said. "I can and want to help you. Put your hands down on the ground and spit into them 4 times. Now close your fists, saving the spit until you come to the big water. There you can wash off the spit." The twins did exactly as they were told, and after thanking the little man with the red head, they again began their travel. Soon the canyon walls that smashed together loomed ahead of them. They repeated Spider-Woman's prayers, holding the feather plumes sideways. As they moved forward, the clapping walls stopped, long enough to allow the twins to walk through safely. When they came to the jungle of sharp reeds, again they sang the song Spider-Woman taught them, touching the tops of the reeds with their magical feather plumes. Behold, the reeds turned into cattails, which pleased the reeds so much that they quickly opened a wide path for the twins to pass through. A puzzling encounter for the twins was the giant cliff. They walked around and around its rim, making a complete circle and finally returning to their starting place. They were making no forward progress, so they sang songs taught to them by their mother and Spider-Woman. They prayed over and over again. When they opened their eyes, a beautiful rainbow appeared, creating a large bridge for them to cross over the Grand Canyon of the Colorado River. After this spectacular adventure, the twins continued west for a long time, until they saw the great water before them. The water spread so far, they wondered, how can we ever reach the turquoise house of Sun God, which we know is in the middle of the great water? The twins walked down to the beach, to the edge of the water, and washed the spit off their hands, singing and praying at the same time. Behold, the rainbow appeared again. A long rainbow bridge stretched before them from the beach to the turquoise house. On to the rainbow bridge, the twins raced happily, to find their 2 fathers, the sun god and the water god, who welcomed them in the turquoise house at the end of the rainbow bridge. All right, everybody. That is the end of our story. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you in the next one, fam. Deuces.